I am the voice. I am the eye. I am the breath which makes Akatosh's will known. And you are his child, Dovahkiin. You are the gatherer of the symbols of those who came before you, brought here to beseech his lordship to do thine bidding. And in time, it may be restored, but not this day. The blood of the mother you have in full, yet the breath of the father you have yet to fully obtain. Go forth and make whole the symbols of the offering, so that the heart too may once again be made whole.
Yes? What can I do for you?
Good to see you again. Ah, you're back. Were you successful? Are you serious? Then Akatosh must be aware of our pursuits, and the offerings must have drawn his attention as we intended. Splendid! Truly, what did he say? Blood of the mother you have in full, yet breath of the father you have yet to fully obtain. Curious. Quite vexing. Well, the blood of the mother must pertain to Alessia, Raymond, and Tibia Septim, so if those are the symbols in full he spoke of, then that means there would be 3 more symbols under the breath of the father. This is quite interesting. Well, yet to fully obtain would imply that some of the items you brought along must be symbols of shore. Oh my, this is an Imperial Royal Advisor's seal with the crest of Zurin Arctus, the Underking. Zurin Arctus, Imperial Battle Mage and Advisor to Tibia Septim, was referred to as the Underking, but the accounts are quite confusing. There are disrupting stances on who exactly the Underking was, because so far as I can tell, he was comprised of 2 souls. High King Wolfhearth was also considered to be the Underking in one of his lives, of which he had several. Wolfhearth of Atmora was a High King of Skyrim who was said to have saved Skyrim from Orcay, who summoned a shadow of Alduin to consume the entire population's age down to that of children. Of course, how much of this is truth or mythology, most will never know. Wolfhearth summoned Shor to fight Alduin, and then used a shout to restore the people of Skyrim, but it advanced his age so far that he died. Then the people of Skyrim sung forth Shor to lead an army to march upon Morrowind, and Shor raised the ashes of Wolfhearth to be the general. This is where his Ash King title came from. After that battle, he was once again slain and his ashes carried back to Skyrim by Kyne. This is where he became the Grey Storm, or the Storm of Kyne. He was summoned forth many times over the ages to exact revenge and conquest. Eventually, he rested for a time, which is where his Underking title derived. He later awakened when the Greybeard spoke a prophecy of the coming of Tibia Septim. whom Wolfhearth would eventually come to serve as the Storm of Kine, and was how the name Talos Stormcrown came to be. Oh, it gets even better. He's also regarded as being the tongue of Shor, or an avatar of Shor. His power with the voice was so extreme, in fact, that he never spoke. As a single word could tear down an entire mountain face, he made his many royal decrees through the written word. He was also responsible for restoring the ancient Nordic pantheon and driving away the Alessian pantheon we know today as the Eight Divines. In one of Wolfhearth's lives, he was allied with Tiberius Septim and Zurin Arctis. They betrayed him, however, and his soul was trapped within the Mantella, a massive soul gem constructed by Arctis to use as a power source for the Numidium. This trapping cost Arctis his life, however, and his soul was merged with Wolfhearth within the Mantella as an unintended consequence. When Tiberius Septim agreed to allow Morrowind to maintain a certain degree of independence from the Empire, the Tribunal agreed to turn over the Numidium to him. The entire purpose of the Mantella was to mimic the heart of Lorkhan, which was the original source of power for it. The next best thing was to use a massive soul gem with the soul of an avatar of Shor, which is of course the Nordic interpretation of Lorkhan, and hence the need to trap Wolfhearth's soul. With the Numidium, Tiberius Septim was able to conquer the Somerset Isles. Wolfhearth was bound to Tiberius Septim as Dragonborn and with the title of Ismir. And Arctis was bound by way of his soul, merging with Wolfhearth and sharing the title of Underking. So therefore, Zurin Arctis must be one of the three representing this Breath of the Father. The truth of divinity resides in the will of the worshipper. Most of what is true in our world is because we simply choose it to be. Divines are only such because they are believed to be, and that faith powers them. Much of what exists in the heavens is mantled or reflected here on Nirn. So a shared title does very much mantle itself to a shared connection in some way. Well, I would surmise breath to mean the voice, or the Thuum. The blood of the mother would pertain to Alessia, and her blood pact with Akatosh, which means that the father... could it possibly be Morahouse? Sorry, let me step back. So, the Herald is implying that there are representations of 6 individuals who could make the amulet whole again. 3 of these represent Akatosh, Alessia, Raymond, and Tiberius Septim. The other 3 represent what I assume is Shor. Zurin Arctis, Wolfhearth, and, if I am correct, Morahouse. Morahouse was, or still is, a demigod who was the husband of Alessia. His name means first breath of man, and is considered tied to Kine in that regard, and also is associated with the Thuum, as is implicit in his name. This bonds him closely to Wolfhearth, who, again amongst many other titles, was called the Breath of Kine. Well, let's not forget, Shor is the Nordic version of Lorkhan, and one telling states that the Chim El Adabal is formed from Lorkhan's blood. And in the Covenant, Akatosh filled that vessel with his own blood, so really, the Amulet of Kings seems to be a reflection of both deities. Exactly. So it seems we need to obtain something pertaining to Wolfhearth, and something from Morahouse. Well, interestingly enough, we have Morahouse's relic already. You recovered the Lord's Mail some time ago, if I recall. That is also known as the Armor of Morahouse, and was worn by him, in fact. As far as Wolfhearth is concerned, during his reign, the capital of Skyrim was Windhelm. From what I remember, there are various dedications to the High Kings of old around the city, which chronicle their deeds and record their deaths. I would explore there and see what clues you might uncover. He also resided in the very same palace of kings that stands today. Once you have the remaining relics, you should be ready to return to Sangrator by way of the Ayleid Waystone and appeal to the Herald of Akatosh. If I do not see you again before then, take care of yourself, and as always, I'm here if you need me for anything. This room is my pride and joy. It was the first extension I had built into the original temple building, and well,